so tired.
It's been a big week.
Okay. I said this last week. I was like, it's going to be a big week. And I was like, every day is a big day. And then I was like, wait a second, just get used to it. This year is just big.
Mm-hmm.
And it is proving to be that in every capacity possible. Energetic,
Literally,
light, opportunities, things happening, like
physically,
everything's happening all at once at the same time.
huge.
Oh, is that what omnipresence means?
Yes.
That's my
Yes.
word. I mean, obviously
Yes.
I know that that's what that means, but it's showing up. And also
Yes.
the Schumann resonance must be doing something crazy.
Okay, and we had all the planets in alignment over the weekend.
The planetary
I think
parade.
they're still kind of happening, I think, through the new moon, right?
We've got a lot happening. What I'm saying here is that,
we're not crazy for
I'm
being
tired.
tired. Yeah, I'm getting over being sick, like a physical purge thing that started last week. It's like everything in my body that needs to go, that's not in alignment with these higher vibrational energies, is presenting itself right now too.
Yeah, so if you listening here are feeling like your body's being rocked, your energy is being zapped out of you, or, I mean, I have spurts of like high energy too, so it's like really this
It's
like
weird.
crazy roller coaster of 2025 already.
Totally. There's so much light hitting the planet. Oh, okay. Let's talk about this for a second. Aquarius. Hi, Aquarius season.
Welcome to Aquarius.
Aquarius.
Yes, there we go.
Is that the right tune?
Yeah.
Did I hit the right tune?
I think you did.
That is rare. Maybe this upgrade is happening for me too. My crown's
Frequency
tingling. So I'm
upgrade.
trusting this. My crown is like, woo. See, maybe I sing now in this next level of myself. But seriously, so Pluto moved into Aquarius right when we launched this around November. I don't remember the date. 22nd? No, the day we launched was 22nd. It moved into Aquarius 19th?
Oh, yeah, the 19th.
November 19th. And then on January 19th, the sun, is it 20 or the 19th or 20th? Okay, maybe it was the 20th. The sun moved into Aquarius.
Yes.
So like,
boom, boom.
Exactly. Like I literally just saw an image of like an extra spotlight coming on us, like on the stage. That's literally what it feels like right now with the energy.
We share the same brainwave.
We sometimes do. Okay, so we got a little formal like with the last couple episodes because there was like a lot that we needed to
right now.
I know. So like we're
tired for that.
We were starting today's episode. We were like, what are we going to talk about? And we were like, we're just gonna go cash.
I should
like,
fuck around and find out. Like that's what we're doing right
like
now.
where this is an actual phone call right now. Because we're kind of exhausted and I'm a little sicky and
no, you are getting healthy.
I'm healthy.
We are resting.
I'm completing the purge.
Yes, you are.
And actually physically. So everything physically is matching. I went crazy over the weekend cleaning out like bags of trash because today was trash pickup day. And I thank my trash.
Yeah,
I bless my trash.
Before. I think that's so cute.
So extra blessings on my trash this weekend and today or yesterday for today's pickup because I feel like huge amounts of energy are leaving. And then physically I'm experiencing that too. So I know you're technically supposed to rest when you don't feel well, but I've been supporting my purge in the physical by doing some clean out. It actually feels amazing. Like I actually feel good. I sound a little worse than I feel right now.
Okay, well, that's positive.
But I feel good because I'm getting like things moved and that feels amazing, you know?
Yeah.
Literally.
I love creating space.
Totally.
There's a lot of space being created right now, I think, in like every dimension now too.
Yeah.
I know a bunch of different people who are going through like closet purges and that feels really in alignment with like what is happening on the planetary spectrum. So yeah, lots of clearing for more light to find its way in.
And then we have the Aquarius new moon.
Yeah.
Like 2 days. So this will probably be coming out about then or like towards the end of the week. We'll be in the Aquarius new moon energy. And this, okay, so I've been seeing TikTok is back. Here in the US, we had a little mini 12-hour ban, which was
everybody freaked out.
Yeah, everybody was having a moment. And so now we can keep saying, I saw a TikTok.
Yeah.
But I saw a TikTok that was talking about the astrology of the past 3 months and then this new moon coming to like save the day kind of. So maybe that is also what we're preparing for too, kind of this like hurdle. I feel like we're always saying that though with the astrology. We're always like, it's coming, like shifts are coming. Shifts are coming.
Seriously. Shifts do come.
They do. They really do. Like okay. And then I saw another TikTok that said, if you think, this is for all of us right now. It said, if you think you haven't made any progress, ask yourself this question. Would you change places with you at this point last year?
100% no.
No.
Okay. Whoa. Hold on.
Right?
Let's think about that for a second. Okay. What is today? I don't know. It's 26, 27. Okay. Well, my God, you guys, my life was so drastically different last year. No, I wouldn't want to change places with her.
I love her.
She was going through a hard time.
Yeah.
Life felt like it was kind of crumbling, and it was. Like my life was kind of crumbling about a year ago, but also like being put back together. Oh, you know what? I heard this. I don't remember where I heard this. It was like a couple of days ago. Like you had to reach rock bottom. And then the way that I heard it was you have to reach rock bottom so that you can set a new foundation.
Whoa. I love that. I love that.
And it was the first time that it clicked for me like that, of like, yeah, you can't actually rebuild unless you hit rock bottom.
Yeah.
Anything before that is like maintenance.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, and like I always see it like structures crumbling, right? Yeah. Like the tower moments. But then you don't always think about a new foundation.
Right.
You know, you think about things crumbling that you've built and then rebuilding on the same foundation. But no, like the spiritual cracks have been so profoundly and divinely orchestrated to help us create a new foundation, actually. Like you actually have to clear that foundation.
Yeah.
And I think that's what feels like the most jarring too, right? Like when you feel like things are crumbling, and then you're like, I can't take it anymore. Like what else is going to crumble? There's nothing else to crumble. Like that's when the foundation is like being rocked and moved.
Yes. There is nothing left to crumble. It's completely gone.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, back to a year ago. No thanks. I wouldn't want to go back there. I'm so grateful for everything from that time, but I don't need to revisit it. And that's kind of the whole point. Like, we don't need to go back and revisit it. Like, I did my time and spiritual warfare and like, and I wasn't in like a rock bottom place last year. It was just a lot of things that were clearing, and beautifully so too, with so much love and kindness. Yeah. But I feel so much better. But I don't want to go back there.
Oof. My foundation was literally like starting to move. Like a lot had already crumbled. So speaking of like all the things crumbling, last year at this time, this exact week, it was the week before my wedding, I was wrapping up my last program that I ran, which was the Next Level Mentorship and Mastermind, which was mind-blowingly amazing. The codes that channeled down in that program were like, and little did I know I was also about to go to my next level.
Well, it does.
Like, I know. It always works on me right after.
Yep, exactly.
I always have felt that way around events, like all the retreats I've held and like events I've done. I'm calling in all this light for the people. And then it always works on me. Like there's always a huge shifting, altering moment for me too. And so of course, like that was about to happen. I literally ended the program. 4 days later, I got married. And, started the process of actually becoming Natalie Hunter.
No big deal.
Literally foundation shift.
Yeah. Okay. So this is a great moment of reflection for all of our listeners to think about how much you've grown in the past year, and would you switch spots with you 365 days ago?
It's okay if the answer is yes too, but I know that, we're on the path of growth. We're on the path of like movement forward. So for the most part, even like we just love ourselves forward, right?
Yeah, no, even in my best year ever, I wouldn't go back because that's just a template for what is to come, right? It's like, oh, I experienced that. That must mean that there's more ahead.
I get that. And I've held that perspective, and then I've had moments of like, oh, I kind of wish I could go back and like change that back when I was like, all the things were crumbling. And then I realized, you know, those are like temporary moments and feelings of, wait, is this a mistake? Is this a mistake? That's been a big part of my process over the years, like wondering, wait, has there been a mistake? And consistently God comes down with the messages like, there's been no mistake.
I feel like
There's
that's
been no
some
mistake.
past life stuff for you.
Mm.
The mistake stuff.
Yeah.
Because
You're totally right.
like when I experience you are so discerning and certain about your decisions. You sit and contemplate your decisions. Like you aren't hasty. You're not so impulsive. Right. Like you have calculated spontaneity. Nothing you do is a mistake in this lifetime in the way that I experience you. So that's some old stuff.
Thank you. You're right. You're right. Well, I don't feel it right now. So maybe this is good. Maybe we're healing, moving past this. I know we are.
Yeah, of course we are.
Yeah, and I'm excited for what's to come. So yeah, I mean, if you're like sitting here at the beginning of this new year going, whoa, you know, what's happening? I'm setting all these intentions and I'm ready to go. But also like, you know, hang on, what's happening? You're not alone. There's so much, you know, still moving, shifting, and aligning, but it's about to be the Chinese New Year, and it's about to be, you know, the first full moon cycle of the year, which usually is what shakes off the rest of the energy from 2024. So we're still shaking things off.
Yeah, we're still in the winter.
And I know you always say that.
Yeah, we're not supposed to be like bright and all colorful just yet. Like our skin doesn't have color from the sun just yet. You know, we haven't sprouted out beyond the snow, and it's okay to still be internal a bit. Like last week I was super, super internal, not for any other reason than that was what my body, my mind, my spirit were being called to do, is be in like sacred isolation and just sit and be patient. And there's things that are like festering in my body that want to come out, and in a good way of like, oh, spring is coming. But it's just like the gestation period's not complete yet. So waiting for spring. And I think that's just a good reminder of like, for anything, when you're looking for answers, just seek nature. What is nature doing? What actually though, nature's been crazy. All of the fires, right? Purification. What is nature doing? Purifying, alchemizing, setting a new foundation.
Whoa.
You know?
Literally.
Yeah.
For the rising from the ashes.
Oh, yes. Oh my gosh, that's going to hit the hearts of many, because that is just this. And in those moments, it's hard to see through the fog, see through the smoke.
Yeah.
You know? But there's so much hope. There's so much hope and beauty that's going to come from this.
I feel that too. I do feel like we've been kind of stuck in this swirling energy for a while, and like things are finally getting a little bit of traction for us to move forward from it. You know, with the fires, they just got a huge reprieve of some rain.
Yeah, I think.
And then over in North Carolina, there's movement getting all the survivors of Hurricane Helene into housing out of, you know, these like temporary housing. They were in like tents and things like that. There's a lot of movement over there right now too. And it's like, okay, I feel like the train is getting some traction with, you know, the past, like, you know, all the things that have happened over the past few months. It's like we're things are starting to move, even if it's still slow. You know, we're headed towards this spring energy here in the US. You know, we're in the winter. I know in the other half of the world you're not, but you know, we're like, okay, let's go. But the timing is always divine. Truly, the timing is always perfect, divinely timed for all of our processes too. So I think that's like one of the biggest things. We always want to move faster, but things are happening exactly as they're meant to.
Yeah.
Here on the earth plane. Things always take longer than we think they're going to.
I'm the queen of that. Like, oh, this craft will take me 2 hours. Yeah, and then 15 trips to Michael's and Hobby Lobby, and 8 hours in one day. I'm not even scratching the surface of what I'm thinking I want to do. Like, yeah, of course it takes much longer. As you're describing all of these natural disasters, though, I was really like dropping in and reflecting on that. I was in North Carolina a week after the hurricanes, and what I experienced there, I went for work, was everybody was so kind. the community just was so united and open. Oh my gosh, the hearts were open. Like when you experience that kind of devastation, your heart is just wide open. And what are we seeing from, I mean, we're neighbors with California. So many people have fled here from California for places, for safety and refuge. So much connection in the community. Our communities are going to LA. Like there's just a beautiful thing that comes from devastation that we cannot manufacture in another way. We can try in small doses. It's like a little droplet, like, oh, we'll do a community event here, boop, little drop, a community event here, boop, little drop. But this is like a mass overhaul of like, no, we need each other right now. And so when we're seeking, and I'm saying like, go look at nature. What is she doing? And then you're reflecting on this and I'm like, oh my gosh, our response to nature is connection through community.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that's the ultimate intention of us coming down here to the planet to have this experience, right? We're coming into this illusion of being separate in order to remember
that we're one
and come back together.
Yep.
And we're going to be, our souls and God are putting us through these experiences to help us remember, and our souls, curriculum is lining up with our specific lessons on that too.
Remembering. I've been talking about that a lot lately.
I know. It just came out of my mouth and I was like, ooh, let's talk about this. Settle in. Because we do talk about this pretty much on the daily. Like
we do, every single day. I'm like, oh my God, I forgot. Duh.
Right. We're really good at reminding each other of things, like, and like big high truths on things, like, and you'll start to hear it. Like if you pay attention to it, you'll see, like she just did for me. Like she's like, no, that's a past life thing. I'm like, oh yeah, these things happen all the time with us. And then we'll be like, oh, thank you for reminding me. Okay, you're right. Wait, we're reframing that. Okay, thank you for reminding me. Because like we forget, and we've done a lot of work to remember.
I know.
Silly humans.
It's silly humans. It's silly. Yeah, even down to like small things. Like we were at the gym yesterday. I was on the treadmill. I was like, oh my God, my head hurts. And you're like, did you drink enough water today? No, I forgot. Oh yeah, duh. Remember, like small things. Yeah. And then it's like big things. Like remember who the fuck you are. I was thinking about that earlier too. I'm like, thank God for all of these amazing people in my life. Mostly the strong women, that whenever I need like a boost or a reminder, I can literally phone a friend. I've done this and been like, hi, I'm about to have a public meltdown. Can you just remind me who I am really quick? And oh my God, it's amazing. The most hyped up, like, but it's honest and it's true. So if you don't have that in your life, just start doing that with your friends. And it can be like a short little text message or a voice memo. Like I like the voice memos because then I can come back to them and listen to them without having to call every single time. You know, we want to create some independence, not dependence on other people's validation. But sometimes we just need to remember.
Well, we need those like grounding people and reminders in our lives too. You know, my husband's really good at grounding me too. When I get all up in a tizzy or I forget, he'll remind me. And even when it comes to like, stuff with the podcast too, he's like, remember, like, this is fun. Or remember, this is these timelines are just made up in this moment. It's okay. I'm like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We still need accountability, but also sometimes we need accountability to like not take it so seriously.
Silly humans.
Yeah.
Michael says that to us. It's
Michael
funny.
Says that. Yeah, he really is very good at reminding us of that. And then I remind him, and we are, because we're in human bodies.
Yeah, just a lot of remembering.
We're in human bodies, yeah.
Remembering like the small things about how to take care of the human experience and body. But there's a lot of remembering of like the things that you have fought for, the resilience that you've cultivated, the remembering of like, oh yeah, actually in the grand scheme of things, this isn't that big of a deal. Remembering the compassion and love that we can call forth. You know?
Well, and this is too for our girlies who are like on a serious like self-improvement path or like self-development path, spiritual development path too. You're going to be seeing the patterns, right? You're going to be seeing the things, and you go through the stages of change. You go through the stages of transformation on it, and it takes some time, you know, and it takes compassion for yourself as you see yourself engage in the thing that you just are trying to change. You know, you're going to see it after you've done it. And that's a pivotal moment of compassion for yourself, because you're like, oh, I forgot.
Yeah.
I forgot. I did that thing again.
Yeah.
And I'm trying not to do is I'm consciously making new choices. Even as conscious beings, we're trying to make new choices. Creating change requires a massive amount of compassion with ourselves.
And time to create new neural pathways, like actual physical time for your brain to create a new channel.
Yeah.
And for the firing to actually meet up and fire off on all cylinders. Yep. So yeah, the stages of change are quite complex, similar to the stages of grief. I used to teach on this when I was a trauma therapist, is that, you know, in the grief cycle, many of us know about the grief cycle, is that it goes in, you know, one big circle and fades, but you can oscillate between like stage 3, back to 1, over to 4, back to 2, 3, 3, 3. Mm-hmm. It's like that Friends episode.
7.
Yes. You know which one I'm talking about. That's the stages of change too, is that there's a full cycle, but you can oscillate between many different stages, and it's not linear. So lots of grace and compassion for the roller coaster of change, and that it is a never ending ride. Yeah. We're on this one forever. So buckle up, baby.
Totally. Mm-hmm. So yeah, we got lots of things on our mind right now with the new year, with the big energies of the new year and all of the light and the medicine that the light is, all the things that are happening. Like, yeah.
Our bodies are getting blasted.
Totally. Like if you're in a human body right now, we're getting blasted.
Yeah. I think from as above, so below, it really feels that way. And the breath and the expansion that is taking place. So we're getting like the Schumann resonance changing. That's feet up, right? So that's Mother Earth up. We're getting the light top down. And then it's boom, expanding into our hearts, which goes out. So it's like every single direction is under construction, really.
Yeah.
For growth.
Yeah.
Yeah, for more.
No, it is really exciting, though. It's an exciting time to be on the planet. It's an exciting time if you know, are here leading people in any way, shape, or form, too. It's an exciting time for leaders because there's a calling up that's happening now, too. So as we're navigating all this, there's a call for us to go through it with more integrity than ever before. These energies feel like 2020 to me. In a lot of ways. And so that's why I'm saying that. I feel like the energies of 2020 were a big awakening. You know, humanity awakens in waves of consciousness. Right. They happen. And so we went through a huge wave in 2020, and we're about to go through another big wave. We're going through it right now. It's starting. It's actually just cresting right now. Or is that the word, cresting, as it starts, or whatever? It's swelling. Maybe crest is when it hits the top. Yeah. I don't know. I gotta look up my wave, my stages of waves. But it's just starting. It's swelling.
It's swelling. I can feel that actually, because it feels so big. And it's like that. If you've ever been body surfing, you're like, here it is. Like right before it comes, or this happens like energetically in the body, and purging too. Like, whoa, here it comes.
Okay, and now, two things are happening in my brain right now. One, I'm remembering that image that I got at the end of 2019 going into 2020, and I shared this on a previous episode, and you guys might have heard it, where I talked about the meditation where I saw somebody like walking out into the ocean with their luggage, and they're like trying to like hold the luggage, and their luggage was like floating in the water, and it was like, you know, working against the person trying to like get into the waves. And the message was like, you have to let go of the old baggage in order to go through this next, you know, crest and this wave of growth. And the second thing I'm remembering right now is that beach on Maui, where you and I got rocked by those waves.
Oh my God, I forgot we got annihilated.
And there was this guy. He was an angel in disguise.
Yes.
Who was in the water with us. And it was actually like a more secluded beach. It's one of my favorite beaches on Maui.
Yeah.
It's very, very, very powerful beach called McKenna Beach. And Sam and I were there. And it was very quiet. So there were not a lot of people around us. The water is not quiet. The waves are not quiet. The energy there is very powerful for a lot of different reasons. But we just happened to be like the only two that were in this section out in the water. And this, all of a sudden, this guy materializes. And he told us we had to move. He was like, you're standing right where the waves are about to crash. And these were big waves. There was a lot of wind around Maui at that time. I don't know if it's still pretty windy over there, but like the wind at that time was creating humongous waves on this one side of the island. And Sam and I were just like bebopping. We had just had like big prayer meditation on the beach. And we were like, we're called to go back in the water. And this guy was like, we were standing there and these waves were starting to swell. And he's like, you have to move. You'll go in or out.
Yeah.
Remember
That's
that?
what he said.
Yeah.
In or out. Pick a side.
He's like, you can't stand right here. The wave's about to crash on your head.
And we're like, okay. So we went out.
Yeah, we did. We swam out.
Well, that was
and
scary
it still
too.
rocked us. Because like the waves then starting to hit. Like he was so urgently like, you have to move now. And we were like, oh, okay. So like we both like listened, dove in. Yeah. That's a moment where you like put your ego aside and you just like run because like nature's about to have her way with you.
Oh, she's gonna do exactly what she needs to do.
Totally. Riding this wave. Like
I forgot.
We were like, okay, we want to ride this wave. We don't want to get pummeled by this wave.
Yeah. It
was like our split second conscious decision.
Yes.
So we did. We ran into the wave.
Yep.
And it still rocked us. Like I still got like spun.
Tumbled.
Up.
Yeah.
Upside down.
For sure. I remember going out for a little bit of time and then the water is really taking us too. And we were going kind of far and we were like, okay, we should probably go back in. And it took us a while to get back in. And do you remember when we got back to shore and we're gathering all of our things and there's a huge, huge sign that we literally missed, talking about the universe being like, bitch, I gave you a huge sign that said you will get a concussion and die here.
Oh, yeah.
Remember?
Yeah. As we were walking off the beach, we saw this giant sign and we were like, oh.
Universe is like, I told you. I literally put it right in front of your face. We walked right past this sign.
Literally walked right past the sign. We had a moment where we were like, that's not good.
This is funny now, huh?
Yeah.
Looking back and reflecting on that.
But this is such a good like thing to be talking about, like the waves and riding the waves and riding the light waves that we have right now too. Consciousness. Like you have to move with it.
In or out.
Get in or out. Yeah. And you can't stay stagnant. And weren't we just talking about this too? Like up here as we were setting up. Because there's something that I have a lot of energy sitting in my garage with the crystals. If you know, you know. And Sam was like, "What did you say? You said something like, well, this like you need to move this, or something." You were like, "This is why you feel stuck with this." I
was kind of giving you a hard time.
She
was.
Like,
wonder why you're feeling stuck, right? You've got all this energy that's not moving. Like, get it out.
And I was like, move it. And then like we both had to like get up and go downstairs for something. We were like, hey, we're moving. Like, gotta move. And that's again, you forget, right? We literally teach this stuff and then sometimes still forget.
Yeah, that's why we have to continue to seek, and every single spiritual leader should be able to also say like, I forget. If you follow a leader who can't admit fault, find a new leader.
Yeah. And if, you're following a leader, and I can say this because I have, followed teachers too that claim to not be human at times. It's like, we're all human, actually.
What you came here for?
Actually, we're all human.
All human. Whew.
So anyway, the waves, riding the waves. What are some more tips for riding the waves? Don't move. Don't stay still.
Yeah, it comes in sets too, right? So I think counting your sets is really important because there's going to be a period where it feels really calm and you're like, whoa, okay, I'm just kind of floating here, which is good. Mm-hmm. And then it comes in the set. And anytime I count the sets. I'm like, okay, we get 12 waves and then we get 3 big ones. And then we get a little of a little piece, and then we get 12 waves, and then we get 3 big ones, and then there's more peace. So just like reflect on where you're at in your set.
I love this thought about the sets and this reminder, because to me, you're saying, remember, these like moments may feel intense, but they're not going to last.
They're not going to last. And it's like that feeling we've all heard, this like when it rains, it pours, right? No, you got your first big wave of there's 2 more coming, you know, and not all waves are created equal. Yeah. That there's going to be some that feel really fun. Oh, I'm going to ride this wave, and like you can catch it, you know, you can hang with 12 waves in a row on that speed. Yeah. And then boom, one gets you. And that's okay. There's going to be 2 more that get you, and then you're going to have some peace. You're going to be able to catch your breath. Yeah. And I am very aware of when I'm in a wave. Like the end of last year, I was riding high on a wave, but I was just like, I'm going to ride it for as long as it will let me, because I know that this isn't going to last, right? Yeah. And not like a sadness, but I was just like, I'm going to like have the most fun on this wave, because I know I'm going to be taken under. Yeah. Stay present. But also being taken under, like your lungs start to be able to hold more capacity for the air, so it doesn't kill you when you're in the lower spot. Your lungs hold more air.
Yeah. This is a really cool metaphor. Yeah.
But you have to be in it, you know, in or out.
Yeah.
In or out. There's different lessons on land.
Totally. Okay, another thing that's coming, another tip for riding the waves is stay flexible and open, because the waves will humble you. And, you know, you can't, it's actually really impossible to stay grounded 100% of the time while you're riding these huge, intense waves of light. Yeah. It's okay that you're not fully grounded. Think about like the base of an ocean floor, you know, it's very hard to get your footing when the waves are like coming and coming. And so, yeah, you need to know like, okay, when have I had enough? Like when, you know, when do I get back on land for a minute, ground, you know that within yourself. That's something that I haven't always been great about. Like there's moments in my life where like, you know, going and like just staying out in the ocean a little bit longer than I probably could handle, almost to the point of like sacrificing myself, you know.
You got sunburned? You got burned by the light?
I got waterlogged.
Waterlogged. Yeah, there you go.
And it wasn't until Michael came back in my life that I started to have, you know, the accountability of someone else in my world to be like, hey, you need to ground. Hey, you know, you need to eat. Hey, you know, come out of the ocean. Like when you're a kid and you don't want to come out of the waves. Yeah. You want to stay and play forever. And your mom's like, we need to go to dinner, or we need to catch our flight, like get out of the water, because in Hawaii most of the flights leave at night, so that's what I'm thinking about. It's like we need to go. That's what he's been for me too, is that like remembrance, like, oh wait, all waves and no grounding, actually not great for me. Yeah
Lots of good nuggets here in this conversation today.
Ride the waves.
And we're kind of all over the place, but obviously
we're riding the wave.
I mean, welcome to our phone conversations.
Riding the wave.
This is like how it is.
Or a phone conversation. No, seriously. And that was what we wanted for this episode too. We just wanted to like bring you in on our current thoughts and our current processes. And there's so much coming in the next few weeks. Like we both have travel coming up. So bear with us over the next few weeks as we, you know, get our episodes recorded. Just
ride the wave.
Ride the wave with us.
You don't have to bear.
Don't ground. Just ride the wave with us.
Come on for the ride.
She doesn't like it when I say bear with me, or what is it that I say too? Like, oh, if like something's messy in the house, she doesn't like it when I make an excuse.
Absolutely not.
She will not handle it.
No.
So she does not want you to bear with us.
No, they're gonna ride the wave with us.
Okay, you're gonna ride the wave with us.
They're along for the ride. The roller coaster, for the fun, for the peace.
But we have some more cool interviews lined up. We also have some travel lined up for us. You'll be hearing about our fun travels. And we have an event coming up in a couple weeks. Galentine's.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for Galentine's. I'll be doing a sound bath, which I'm excited about, just to get the community back in some high frequency, reset, fall in love with yourself in like such a deeper way.
Yeah.
And all sorts of fun things.
We got to talk about the energy of this Galentine's event too for a second. Because like this is not just like, you know, come and be an unconscious like type environment party. This is going to be very consciously cultivated around the energy of love, self-love, and love for community and other girlfriends, feminine, you know, support. There's something really powerful that happens when women, you all know this too, but there's something really powerful that happens when women tap into their heart space and love for themselves, and then from the overflow, give that to another woman.
Yeah.
That's the type of environment we're cultivating for the Galentine's event. A couple things that we're setting up, including, you know, having the cacao and maybe a red carpet, photographers to help you really tap into that self-love for you in a healthy way, you know, to put it out there in the world. Because we know if you're aligned with us, you've been on a path of self-growth for a long time. It's sometimes hard to know how much you've grown. And we have to like love ourselves where we're at now in those moments and find that like, you know, compassion and love and just freaking adore that energy of adoring yourself, you know, so you can share it with more people too.
I'm excited for the conversation we're going to have on our podcast about love and alchemy and heart space. And
there's like a hair in my eye. I don't even know what's happening. I'm here. We're just here today. Yeah. The conversation is going to be amazing. The cacao is going to help open us up to the heart space more. The conversation, the vibes, and of course, our non-alcoholic champagne toast.
Yes. Yummy.
So we got that coming up. We have some more really cool guests coming up. Lots of light-filled guests coming up. We're really following the guidance with the podcast and the energies that are aligning with the podcast too. We're really excited for that. And yeah, we're excited for 2025, really, even though it feels messy. It feels beautiful too.
It's only messy right now. It's gonna get crystallized and it's gonna be so good.
Like we talked about in the last episode, like the chaos before divine order and divine structure. Right. And that is something too that we were talking about with the planets the other day. Like, you know, the chaos of the last few months astrologically has been leading up to this planetary alignment parade that we're in right now, which is so beautiful. And that's something that happens, every like 40 years or something crazy?
My brain can't hold that right now. So something probably like that. You can look it up.
Yeah. It's just a cool time to be alive. And I'm grateful.
It is.
I'm grateful that we're here and grateful that we're alive on the planet right now. Riding these waves.
Riding these waves, baby.
Yeah. So let us know if you have any tips too. Your favorite tips for riding the waves, the spiritual waves, the light waves, and what the light is doing. You know, we talked about the trigger side of things. I think we can probably talk about that more. But like right now we're in like this like flow with it kind of vibe too.
I literally couldn't possibly try.
Yeah, we can't have a conversation about teaching how to deal with triggers right now.
Oh, no, not right now. You triggered to talk about triggers. Just kidding.
Oh my gosh. But seriously, the light has been lighting.
Yes, it has.
Medicine has been medicining.
Yes, I can't wait to talk more about that too.
Yeah, we're in the process of some things, and then once that's integrated, we'll share more. But today we're just here in the game, riding the waves.
That's right. In the game. I'm blessed, baby. We're blessed. All right, my friends, thank you for spending some time with us in this casual setting, just chit-chatting and maybe learning some things on how you can ride the wave, and that maybe you're not forgetting and you're not a forgetful person. It's just what we do as humans, and we're here to remind each other to come back to who we actually are, and that if your body is also getting blasted, that you're exactly where you need to be. So with that,
Amen.
Until next time, my friends.
Stay tuned.